All messages. So if there is no booth set up outside the org, then we're gonna go mobile and go find them. So, all right, let's go see what they're up to. I hope they're set up right outside, because I'm gonna set up right next to them, just like Feral Cheryl did at Comic-Con. Now, I wasn't able to drive in front of the org on the way here. It took me a different way. So I don't know if they have a booth. If they're not out front, then they're on campus. I would wonder if they would allow a table on campus without a permit or something, you know? So I assume that's why Spectrum was out here the other day. Oh my gosh, there's so many people, you guys. I couldn't get through an intersection because there's so many people crossing. Okay, I don't see a table. So what that's telling me is they're on campus. But I would think during classes they shouldn't be allowed. I don't know, we could go find out. Maybe a student would tell me. Oh, they got a little table sitting out front. It looks like in the doorway. Probably because it's dang hot. They didn't want to set up out. They'd probably fry. Oh, good. They have literature. But I do expect that they've got body routers on campus. So if I get a heads up on that, maybe my next live will be roaming. I won't bring all my crap. Just my backpack and my gimbal. This is awesome. I don't usually come on Mondays, so I know they don't expect me. See if they close up. Freeloader debt is not enforceable in the real world. It's considered job training or church services. You cannot collect on that debt. We have cameras on every major org all over the world showing nobody going in. You're not the only one that's down stat. Yep. Scientology, you heard about us, now come visit us, take one. Should I take one? Where's my chat? Should I take one of the literature? Let's take one. Okay, my camera is crooked. Why? Hold on, let me get this straight. Sorry I'm vertical, you guys. I didn't want to fight with the phone today. It was too important. So I just said screw it, because I'm hot spotting to my other phone. For some reason, when I do that, it doesn't like horizontal. How's everybody? I know it's a weird time of day, but let's move over just a little so we can see the table. I'm just going to make sure nobody takes any literature. Fixing my wagon. Okay. I need a certain direction so you can see my sign. Put the brake on. God, it feels like if I go extra days in between, I'm all out of whack. Hey, AA. Yeah. My sign? I'm also wearing goldenrod. It's my shirt. I'm going to take one of those little shirts. I could have taken a phone, but these are hot. These are hot. Yeah, I'm working on a new better sign. Alright, sorry I'm vertical, you guys, but when I'm hotspotting, for some reason the old phone, it yells at me, it wants to be horizontal, and it makes the screen dark and I can't see the chat. So I didn't want to fight with it today. Once the heat dies down, I'll be able to go back to my other phone. Or I still need to go to AT&T and get a new phone. Good to see you too, AA. Glad you're here. Okay, so they've got TV night on Tuesday ticket, an open house ticket. I'm surprised they're putting the free personality test in it, because once somebody reads that personality test, they're gonna guff all their insides out. Austin open mic night, I heard about that. That is Wednesdays. It's 6:30. Well, I don't have to have the car back Wednesday night, so I think I'm coming to open mic night. And then here's the list of all of their events. So let's go through this. I think it was Hitzel that already showed me this. She texted it to me. Mondays, 12 to 7, free Dianetics lecture, clear body, clear mind lecture, alternating weeks in August. Starting in September, Golden Dawn lecture series, Mondays, 12 to 7, with refreshments, of course. Gotta have something to bring them in. Fridays at 10 a.m., Prosperity Coffee Club. Well, if I can't make graduation evening, then I'll do the coffee club. Graduation, of course, Fridays at 6:30. Personal efficiency seminar, Tuesdays and Sundays, 12 to 7. Saturdays and Sundays, Dianetics 2-day seminar. Man, I wish I could go to that and see what they got to say. Sunday service, of course. Document showcase, second Wednesday every month. Oh, what did I say? Documentary showcase. Open mic night, last Wednesday every month. I'm going to be here for that. Open house, of course, Thursday 22 August to Monday 26 August. Drug-free world open house, Saturday 31 August at 1 p.m. Maybe I'll be here for that. Human rights open house, International Overdose Awareness Day, Saturday 31st August at 1 p.m. How can you have... Did I read that already? Oh, I read the wrong date. Drug-free world, Saturday 21. I keep reading the same thing over and over again. It's my fibro. It messes with my brain. Alright, let's try this one more time. Human Rights Open House, International Day of Peace. Saturday, 21 September at 1. I'll be here for that. CCHR Open House, World Mental Health Day. Saturday, 12 October. I'm going to be here for that. So I appreciate the schedule, you guys. We'll be here. This is just a picture. It goes in front of the bag with a QR code. On the Drag, Guadalupe Street. I didn't know this was called the Drag. But, you know, I'm seriously thinking about freaking them out. Just for the heck of it. I know it's partially wrong, but going in there and buying a Way to Happiness book. How much do those normally cost? Hey, you know? Hang on. Sorry for being vertical. I'm not getting anybody in the chat. That's okay. I was just wondering what the Way to Happiness book normally would cost if they're selling. I know they give it out sometimes, but I don't know if you have to buy it. Oh, no problem. I understand. I have hearing loss in this ear, and I have to use closed captions a lot, or I miss stuff. So I understand. I can talk louder. I'm very loud. Anyway, Oh my gosh, the amount of people, I love it. It was like it was when I first started, when literally it was wall to wall people. I had 2 to 3 people stop in during my live to have a conversation. Summer was a bit ghost townish. So this is going to be awesome. If you haven't seen me over 10, as long as I'm not over 20, I'm thinking about freaking them out. Just mess with their head. Because I want the DVDs for the Dianetics course, and I think I saw a workbook. What, since you've been in, what book would you recommend to read after Dianetics? Because I'm at halfway on Dianetics. Um, I don't know. I think somebody else was doing Way to Happiness. The crowd just died down. Lunch is over. Man, it was wall to wall people 20 minutes 20 minutes ago. Now everybody's in class, so we'll get a bunch more people when I got to get the class schedule. Sorry, I'm doing this. I got to get the class schedule, and so I know when they're coming and going. Because man, when class lets out, guys, check this out. So here we are, Dianetics, and there's 22nd Street, and then that is the main entrance to the campus. Campus is all down this street, if you look. Now I like that there's a wall because they can't cross the street easily right here. It goes all the way down, all the way down. So L. Ron Hubbard bought this building on purpose because it was across from the UT campus, just like he did in Chicago. So right here, when class lets out, at least at 5 o'clock when I was here before, literally 100 people was waiting to cross. Oh, no problem. I know it's a little more interesting than looking at the door. So sometimes I try to change what you guys have to look at. We'll people watch for a little while. Yep, there's one in Johannesburg, right outside the university. Yep, he knew what he was doing. Wow, AA, I just got done with my research into L. Ron Hubbard and the black magic part of it, and I'm gonna do a video on it. They would body route the students. Yep, that's what they're doing here. They go. There's a place called the Speedway on campus. So you get to the middle of campus, and there's this big, I don't know if it's cobblestone or brick. It's big enough to drive a truck down, and they call it the Speedway. And that's where a lot of, groups and stuff set up tables. And that's where they've been known to be. And I know they're there right now. But I brought my dang wagon because I thought they were going to have a booth set up. But I think that was Saturday and Sunday more, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday more, because today classes started and everybody was moving in. I had this the other day. I had to stop in I went in a neighborhood, which I don't normally do, for Poe's live stream. And this poor guy had a wagon like mine, but smaller, with a mattress on it, just pulling that uphill. And I just sat there and let him go. I'm like, I'm not going to bother you at all. I'll wait. I couldn't get through the intersection till he was done. And I was like, man, I felt sorry for him. It's really nice today. It was a little bit overcast. It's not as hot. Got a breeze. So I think we might have had, hopefully, a break in the weather. But usually we don't get a break until September, October. So it may just be Mother Nature just screwing with us. Austin is very lovely. Austin is all about their green. It's a very, I don't know, my generation would say hippie culture, but that's not what they're called now. But Austin is nothing like Texas. It's like its own little country in the middle of Texas, because there's so many transplants from everywhere else for jobs. There's a lot of tech jobs, and if you didn't know, it's the music capital, because where Nashville is like the country music capital, Austin is the music capital for everything else. on 6th Street, if you look it up and look at pictures, on the weekends they close it to car traffic, and you can walk up and down, and it's just bar after bar after bar after bar after bar, music with live music. Then the small bars, so there's all these little ones. We came on my anniversary years ago, and we literally just walked down and listened to music because the pubs were so packed we couldn't get inside. So, and then now we've got, man, the traffic. You've been watching me and you've seen how sporadic people were. Now till May, it's going to be packed. Like, I couldn't even get through to go park because so many students were crossing the street. We couldn't move. I thought some of them were kind of rude because I even stopped. If I'm coming up to cross the street and that car's been sitting there a while, I'll stop and let them go. It's easier for me to stop. Secondly, they'll just walk across looking at their phone as slow as humanly possible. And I think that's rude because, there's a little bit of responsibility on the pedestrian too. So I'm not asking for anybody to do anything I wouldn't do. And I do stop and let cars go because, and see right there, see how they're crossing? It's like that everywhere. And that's okay when you have a group like that. But then that group will go by, and then you'll have one person straggling, going the other way, knowing traffic has been stopped, just drinking their water bottle or on the phone, walking slow. And I'm like, so I was a little aggressive on San Antonio Street behind here. Oh my gosh. Because back there is housing and stuff. I could tell it was lunchtime because there shouldn't have been that much traffic back there. That does not happen in South Africa. Probably get run over there. And clean. Johannesburg is filthy. It looks clean. I mean, it is. They do try to keep it nice. Pedestrians move out of the way, I see. Yeah. Well, I think if this was a different city in Texas, that would be the same. But like I said, it's a lot like the military. I live in a military town about 75 miles north. And that's why I don't have an accent after 30 years. It's just like here. Everybody's from somewhere else. Even if they stayed. Like if you meet somebody, the first thing you ask is, where are you from? Where are you originally from? So we're starting to have more retirees. Hey, Scooter Mom. What's up? I got here in time to get home before 5. So, man, the mass of bodies that are here is wild. Oh, and it's so nice today. I didn't even look at the weather. I don't even bother. There's a breeze. It's a little bit overcast. Oh my gosh. It's got to be. Let me grab my other phone. Let me. And I had to go vertical just so I could see the chat. Surprisingly, I'm not getting much traffic. Okay, hang on. I'm going to check the weather here. Holy moly, is that... It's only 96. Feels like 96. It's going to be 73 tonight. Yeah, last night I actually had a sweater on in my house. Oh, I just wonder if it's going to stay like that. Let me look at the daily. It is. Holy crap. It's going to be like that for the next couple... Oh my gosh, it's never this cool in August. Maybe we're getting it because May was ridiculous for Texas. I sent Cindy a message on text. She didn't get back. It was kind of late. Just checking in on her. I did see that she added her Cash App, and then I added it too. Is she gonna be on the show at all? I mean, I would not expect her to be, but okay. Right. This is nice and cool. I could have done this today, I think. It's cool enough. I'm going to leave it in the cooler anyway. There we go. Don't, okay. Yeah, no, it's too soon for that. But I hope we can get the word out. After tonight, I would like to contact Aaron and Natalie. I wanted to let you do your show first. It is 11:45 in the morning. That's why I noticed a lot of traffic off campus because it was lunchtime. It looked like people were like going to the apartments and stuff to get something to eat. My cheap parking that is normally $2 an hour is $4 an hour today. Ooh, where are you again, AA? We talk so much, but don't take it personally. My fibromyalgia messes with my short-term memory, and I forget dates, names, especially, and numbers. I can remember somebody's life story, but I couldn't tell you, or a story somebody said, but not remember who actually said it. Oh, you're in South Africa, Cape Town. Wow. That's cool. I don't know how I missed that. I asked Poe to promote today's show, and he said he'll make a community post. That's great. Wow. I was also very ill once, so I understand. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, if you, I know you're fairly kind of new to my channel, but I do talk about it quite a bit. I've been pretty much homebound or bedridden since 2010. And like I said, I think everything happens for a reason. So if I hadn't have been bedridden in 2022 when Growing Up in Scientology channel came on my feed, I wouldn't have had the time to deep dive like I did. He had 6 years of videos. I couldn't watch them all. So I went back 1 year and I binge watched a year of his videos, and it got me hooked. Then I watched SPTV start, and he promoted other channels, and that's how I know about it. I've never read a book about it. I've never watched a documentary about it. It's just been all from the ex-members' stories. And honestly, SPTV is so big, I don't have time to watch a documentary. I think I've gotten quite enough information from the people themselves. So that's why I am so knowledgeable when I talk to somebody, because I deep dive like constantly for over about a year and a half. And then in October, my doctor said, you might, because I fell and I injured 4 more discs on top of the one I already had. And about 5 years ago, and I couldn't even sit up. Gravity hurt. So, yeah, I know. So, I literally was in bed, and he said, my pain management doctor said, I think you would benefit from the pain stimulator. And so I got it put in November. It took about till January to really heal good, because they have to put the battery pack under your skin. And it was amazing. It took away 50% of the pain, and that's the only reason I'm able to stand here today. So, and it was right before they opened in February. I would have never been able to do this otherwise. So I think timing is everything. Yeah, the TENS. Now, I did use a TENS. I have one. But when I got fibromyalgia overnight, it's called traumatic fibromyalgia due to a trauma. I'm not going to go into all that. Due to a physical trauma. So I literally went from working full-time, teaching adult Sunday school, doing other things with my daughter who was in high school, to leaving work in an ambulance and being so weak for several years I couldn't even open the mail. I had to hire an assistant because when I got sick, my husband had just left for Iraq for 14 months. So anyway, but I'm not complaining. That's not why I'm talking about it. I'm talking about it because I believe things happen for a reason. I believe in karma, and I wouldn't be able to be doing this. So anyway, we're getting to the TENS unit. So fibromyalgia affects the brain and central nervous system. I went to use my TENS unit after I got it, and it was like I was getting electrocuted. Yeah, my nervous system was so out of whack I couldn't use it anymore. That's why I was worried about the implant not working, but it did. So that's very long. I'm glad to see you. Positive side. I was ill for 5 years. I hope you heal soon. Thank you for your deep dives. Yes, thank you. I'm glad you're better. Yeah, I did a deep dive recently into because I did a little bit of history on Dianetics and Scientology, and I talked about it a little bit. I had no idea how involved and immersed in Aleister Crowley and black magic he was, and John Atack, who has written, he's the expert on Scientology. He wrote several books, and a couple of them are free if you have an Amazon subscription on Kindle, which I can use on my phone. You don't have to have a Kindle. And he actually read Aleister Crowley's Book of Law or Book of the Law when he was 16. And his son Nibs said he was way into it. And I'm gonna do. I was gonna film last night. By the time I got some of my notes in order, I was too tired. It was too late. So I'll be trying to get those out this week. And Charles Manson was way more into Scientology than we thought. Way more. That's okay. I'm gonna give you the most of the information. Oh, he did an interview with Andrew Gold that I will put in the description. So that's where I got a lot of my information, and a little bit from his book. But mostly I got it from his interview, so you can just listen to his interview. That guy knows everything. That's hectic. Also struggled to lift objects. Everything was just so heavy. I know. I would love to see that Book of the Law. What I saw was that it might be out of print and you can't get it anymore. Because Aleister Crowley actually died in 1947, and fun fact, LRH called him my friend Aleister Crowley. They never met. Aleister Crowley didn't like him. He called him a confidence trickster. So, you know how LRH makes stuff up. Yes, John is the most expert in Scientology that I have ever seen. I know. That guy, well, he was in, so he knows from that. But he's also done interviews, and he even said to Andrew, he said he was helping people get out of the cult. He was being like, I don't know if he was being hired by families or whatever. I didn't get that quite. But he said it was the worst time of his life. He said it messed up his marriage. He was being attacked. Just all kinds of stuff. The poor guy lost his house. I mean, you know how Scientology is when they decide you're an enemy. Okay, here comes the crowd. David Miscavige, your leader, drives a Bentley while you make $200 a week. Make that make sense. Thank you. Your leader gets Italian handmade shoes. And your Sea Org makes $47 a week after taxes. Make that make sense. I know they can hear me. I'm loud. Yeah, I know. So go to Andrew Gold and just type in Scientology satanic rituals and you'll get the interview. And there's another one about Tom Cruise. So I'm going to do a video on him and the black magic. I'm going to do a video on Charles Manson. I'm going to do a video, crap, was it John Atack? What was the third one? I forgot. Sorry. But yeah, I think a lot of people didn't know how hard it was for him. When I see crowds coming, that's when I get a little bit loud because they'll hear me talk and they will look it up. That's why I do that. I don't do it right at them when they're right in front of me because I think that'd be rude. But right as they pass or right before they get here, I get loud because whether they can hear me inside or not, everybody walking by can. I know people have said, I'm a peaceful, quiet protester, so I'm not trying to do anything mean. I'm just being loud enough that people can hear me. So, yeah, I live on Amazon because I was out for so many years. I pretty much buy everything online. I get groceries delivered. But, God, you cannot, unless you have a personal shopper like with Instacart, if you just have Walmart deliver or the grocery store deliver, I can't get produce because they send me stuff that looks like it was kicked around in a soccer match. So I have to do my own produce. I call it my produce run because I get home and I have to clean everything, soak them in baking soda water, get all the germs off. I'm a germaphobe. Hey, Susan. Yep, I'm vertical today, but no trolls. It's probably because it's middle of the day. I mean, it's an unusual time for here. It's like midday, lunchtime. West Coast is probably hitting, let's see, what time? So it's almost 12, so it's almost 10 for the West Coast. People are at work, so I didn't expect a lot of people to be on here today. I'm here because they've got this. Hey, let's do that. I've never really stood in front of the camera pointing towards them. See, they've got the table with a bunch. I went over it at the beginning of the live stream. I might go over it again. I went and got one. It says take one. Nobody's there. They went inside and closed up when I got here. So, I got 9 people. I appreciate y'all being here. That's good enough for me. I wouldn't mind double digits though. It also is probably because I'm vertical. I have no problem with regulars hating vertical. Oh, just let me know the cheat though. Aaron found the cheat. If you don't like vertical, you can go to sptv.space, find my channel, and go through there to watch this live stream, and you'll be able to see it horizontal. Oh, hi, Queen. Somebody just kicked my tripod. How you can do that? There's literally a foot between the tree and my tripod. Why would you do that? Some of these students are rude. How you doing, Queen? Yeah, we're out here because it's first day of classes. They're out here with a table, and I know they've got body routers on campus. I brought my wagon, and it would have taken too long to go get rid of it. Thank you. To go get rid of it. So I'm just here educating students if they want to stop. I love it because this is the way it was when I started. There was wall-to-wall people. I had 2, 3, sometimes more people stop and talk. During the summer, it was kind of the dead zone. It really was. That's why I kind of branched out into other videos because nothing was really happening. So I know some of them are trying to figure out which way I'm pointing and they don't want to be on it, but can't help it. They're on their cameras, they're on their cameras. There's probably cameras on campus. There's cameras at the intersection. So it's my hat straight. But I'm hot spotting to my old phone again, and it yells at me when I want to go horizontal. So I just said, screw it today. I didn't want to fight with it. I wanted to be able to see the chat. If you were here when it was fighting with me, it darkened the screen, and I couldn't see crap. So I'm going to turn this just a little bit so I won't kick it. Hang on just a second. I'm trying to make sure my phone stays in the shade. Yeah, they're all walking on this other. That's what's nice though. I mean, literally there's a sea of humans walking on both sides of me because it's a big sidewalk. So, if you want to see my sign, that's what I'm doing right now until I get my tall sign. Sometimes I'll pick it up, but right now they're walking so close to me, so I just, you see it? So I just stick it in between my backpack. So, and a lot of people, it says Scientology is called Ask Me Why. And many people have stopped and said why. And the first thing I say is, a cult will not let you leave. And then I go into the Sea Org. I don't never know how long I'm going to have them, so you'll hear me like talk really fast and hit bullet points. I don't get too much into the weeds of a story. Unless they've stayed for quite a while, they're still interested, I might go into more. Oh, I always hit them with Sea Org can't leave, and what they go through, and then staff, and then child abuse. Or sometimes not in that order, but I'm surprised they are not outside body riding. It says I'm here. It's too hot. They never have anybody standing outside. They have the doors open and they got this table behind me. They do. I guarantee you they're on campus if they're allowed. They've also been traveling very far. Pitzel found pamphlets in Cedar Park and Leander. Cedar Park is north of Austin. Leander's even farther north. So they're getting in a van and they're putting these boxes of personality tests in people's businesses. I think some of them they haven't asked. Yeah, the sign does. It does work. And then I've been kind of yelling when crowds come. It's more for them to get it in their head to maybe go look it up because they don't know. So like this. David Miscavige, World LRH's tech. LRH said no fundraising ever. And if somebody wanted their money back, give it to them. David Miscavige changed that policy. That's why he re-released everything, so he could change it. Crowd died down. That shows you that you all are effective. They are having to travel to try and get new people. Yep, I know. And I've been meaning to do it. Because I did go after Hitzel to the same area, and it's a big shopping complex, an outdoor mall. And I only did one little tiny piece, and literally the next door restaurant to the donut shop, Hitzel found a pack of personality tests. I find another one. I still have them. I write sptv.space on the back of my channel. I give them out. So yeah, I know. Making them travel, we know what we're doing is working. We're having to struggle. Ooh, God. There is a big crowd coming. Do I have this on far away? Hold on, I'm going to check. I'm going to change it. Nope. Yeah, I did. I feel like I'm way too close. There. I'm way too close. Let me back this up. Oh, it's so breezy. It feels so good right now. I missed it. It's because I took one. That's why. They're so paranoid. Like, I'm going to go, take more? I wasn't doing anything to their table. That was stupid. That didn't make any sense. Somebody still might walk by and grab one, just to see. Your leader, David Miscavige, eats gourmet sushi while you eat beans and rice. Make that make sense. This is a cool, Only I missed people because I'm backwards. Oh, somebody came out. Let's put it over here since the table's gone out. SPTVFoundation.org is ex-members like yourself that'd love to talk to you. Help you get a good retirement. I saw the door open. I just thought somebody walked away. One bottle down. Ho, ho, ho. When I put ice in. Yeah, I need to get out. I'm telling you, next time I come, I'm going to go to the Speedway because I know it's where they are today. Saturday and Sunday, I guess they had a bigger booth out, of course. So I don't know if they're allowed to have a table on the Speedway during classes. I got to find out the rules. I did find out, I think Pearl Snappy somebody told me that if you go on campus, you can't carry a sign. And I had a little sign the one time that I did by myself that I could hold in my hand in the gimbal that said, "What do you think about Scientology being across from campus?" Ow!
Yesterday it was impossible.
I felt like something bit me. Oh, I just saw something. Pin a message. Huh. I'm learning. Something is in my sock. It feels like a fire ant. Hang on, y'all.
That's where I'm trying to understand. Are you accounting for that?
It's fibro. Fibro tends to, we call it, I like things like that. So, that guy was working hard today. So fibro, there's a thing that I started calling the voodoo doll, and I found out other fibro people say it too. It feels like somebody has your voodoo doll and they're taking a corsage pin and they're just stabbing it in random places, just anywhere. And that's what's happening in my ankle. It feels like something's biting my ankle and it's just the nerve going wacko. I thought, because we have fire ants here and I'm right near this tree, I was so worried it was a fire ant. Man, them things are vicious. You can step on a hill accidentally and literally have 20 to 30 on you like that. Like literally walk by it. I made sure I treated them when I was doing home daycare. And sometimes them poor little kids would go find one I didn't see. They're everywhere. I love watching people try to parallel park. That's why I don't try. Alright, we're getting another crowd. Hang on.
Fighting the good fight.
Alright. Let's see. What should I hit him with? I like the stuff about the Bentley. I need more. I'm going to do that one again. David Miscavige, your leader, drives a Bentley while you make $200 a week for 80 hours of work. Make that make sense. Yep. I got two people upstairs eyeballing me. There's a cashier booth right up there. They're at the cashier booth. They must be getting paid. Getting paid their $47. Gotta get that $47 for the $9 pack cigarettes they need. They have no money. If he got them addicted to cigarettes, he smoked 100 cigarettes a day. I thought my dad was bad. My dad would light one from another, and when he passed away and we cleaned out his apartment, everything he owned had a brown film. He had a white bookmark in a book. I think it was, he read a lot. He liked to read. The top of it was brown, and when you pulled it out of the book, it was white. I've never smoked. All right, room right from Windy City, Chicago. J-Bat. I need some people. I only got paid between $7 and $15 a week. Yeah, because if you don't make money, they're not going to pay you. So, that would suck. How'd y'all do it? I don't know how you did it. Plus, I heard you're not allowed to have deodorant or anything that smells good, which I thought was very weird. Patrick, hello. You can't do it? Yeah, I know. Yep. Yeah. Had to go vertical today. My backup phone that I hotspot to my other phone likes to yell at me if I want to go horizontal. Thank you, Susan. Yeah. Oh, it's kind of a little bit warm. I think I just hit here early in the day. Sun's coming out. So I'm glad I did hotspot. What happens is my other phone gets very hot. This one doesn't as bad. Oh, thank you, Dusty. Love you too. Glad you're here. Hags Basher. Awesome to see you. Glad you're here. Yeah, classes started today at UT, and the student traffic is amazeballs. Check this out.
Who the hell is LRH?
Whatever. Well, he knows who he is. Check it out. Hubbard was very sensitive to smells. I'm not sure how much that rule is followed these days. I could understand that. Yeah, I am now with fibro. I'm very sensitive to smells, but not like that. Traveling Panda, good to see you. Most people don't realize that org staff make even less than Sea Org, and they have to pay for their housing, food, and transportation. I know. I thought I heard they're supposed to get $200 a week, but they don't if they're not making money. So that's why they've got 8 people to a room in Chicago in a student apartment, because they can't afford. Man, the foot traffic right now is awesome. It's back. Summer was kind of dead. When classes were in session in the spring, man, I had 2 at least encounters a stream. Sometimes 3 or 4 people stopping and talking to me. I've been meaning to go clip those and put them on the channel. It's a beautiful day here in Augusta. I'm chilling. Yep. I don't know if I already told you, but I was stationed at Fort Gordon, and we went to Augusta for a fancy dinner one time. Yeah. It's only 96. Feels like 96, at least last time I checked. It feels like it might have gone up a degree or 2. But that's awesome compared to 110. I'll take it. Especially in August. So it'll be good weather for me to go body routing myself. I call it live streaming guerrilla style. I'm going to go find them on campus next time. Great, you are here. Oh, that's awesome, Patrick. That's awesome. Yeah, sorry for the vertical. I try to do, even though my phone fights with me, I do try to go vertical once a week because it gets out to people that have never heard about Scientology, and they're in my chat going, what are you here for? What are you doing? And I've gotten a lot of people to get a new message on vertical because it goes into people's live streams and that normally wouldn't get anything on Scientology. So that hence the title. I try to make the title when I'm vertical interesting. Hey, Windy City. Classes started today. When did classes start in Chicago? New name for it, vertigo mode. Oh, the hack. If you want it to be horizontal, you go to sbtv.space, find my live stream on the list, hit that link, and you can watch my vertical in horizontal. Aaron found out, somebody found out the hack. He announced it. I'm live if you don't want your conversation. You might not want your conversation on here is all. She just gave me a bitchy look. I'm trying to be nice. The one with her long dark hair. The other one's like, oh, okay. She just gave me a dirty look. I'm like, I'm trying to be nice. I'm still not stable as a rock, sometimes I struggle with asking for help. Oh, AA, that's what it's all about. That's what SBTV is all about. We're here for you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. They've been moving in all weekend. Hitzel told me Saturday that they had body routers out on campus. But she also said they had a booth on. I'm turning it around. I know. Why you gotta stop right next to me? Which Facebook groups are these? If you put the link in the chat, I'll also try to attach it to the comment section or the description. Columbia College moved in today. Okay, yeah, same day. So, anyway, I'm waiting for a crowd to come by. Okay, I can turn around back around now. So, like I was showing people, see all these trees on the right side of the street? That is all campus. All campus. This is why LRH bought this building. And then right here, that is the main entrance to campus. I think it's mostly pedestrian. I don't hardly ever see vehicles go in and out. So sometimes when classes let out, I get upwards almost 100 people coming across. That's why my hubby is supposed to be making me a new sign. I've been trying to get him to do it for months now. His weekends are weird because he works nights. So that they can see it from over there. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to hold it for a little while so they can see it. AA search for Scientology. Cool. Oh, Elron Hub Call. Hey, I saw you on Natalie today. Awesome. Yeah, it's first day of classes here at University of Texas. So I'm here. They had a table out behind me. They left it out after they closed up, and then I went and took one of their bags of paraphernalia, and a little while later they took the table in. I'm like, it said take one. It didn't say take one except for Miss Kim. Scientology Money Project. Oh, I know, he's great. The Underground Bunker, he's great. Lots of true history there. Hubbard was a scam artist and a liar. Yep. I'm going to be doing some short videos. I've got all my notes ready for the LRH and his history in black magic. Way more than we thought. Then I've got one I'm working on, Charles Manson in Scientology. Way more than we thought. He was way more involved. John Atack. I'm able to read a couple of his books on Amazon. I have Amazon Prime, so I did it on my phone, and I don't have it's not a Kindle. So if you go to the Kindle version, I have the Kindle app though, so I don't know if you have to have Prime, or I mean, what I'm trying to say is you don't have to have a Kindle tablet to have Kindle Unlimited. And I don't know if I'm paying for that or not. Anyway, there's a couple of his really good books on there I get to read for free. So much information. Oh, was that did we get a troll? Thank you, I wasn't even looking. Okay, yeah, definitely. Go sub. I haven't gone through the list lately. I try to go through the list every little while. Make sure I'm subbed to all the new channels. And y'all get 2 subs from me because I have 2 accounts. Paraditology, good to see you. They renamed Fort Gordon to Fort Eisenhower. Yeah, we've been at Fort Hood for 30 years. 31 years. So it's so hard, they changed it to Fort Cavazos. And I'm like, it's just weird. It's just weird. I know he was probably a great soldier. That's what they were trying to pick. But there was a vote in the local newspaper to pick out of some names, and I actually put Fort Central Texas because that's where it is. You know where it is when you say it, and it was on the list, but yeah, they renamed a bunch, and it's new people don't have a problem, but people like us, retirees, and people who've been in a while, it's hard. This is a known troll with many troll names. Ah, I'm glad you know, because I didn't. Good job. Thank you. Trolls be trolling. They don't bother me. But they don't need to be on here anyway. So, yeah, I'm not in a lot of the chats all that often like I should be. I need to be watching more. I've been kind of brain dumping when I get home sometimes. I make sure I watch Natalie's show and Scooter Report now and some late night shows. It was an ugly post. Ooh, thank you. Thank you. Glad you're on it because I was babbling and not watching. Yeah, and I only made you and others mods just because, not really, you don't even really have to do it, but I appreciate it. So, now we're in a lull right now. When we get another group, I'm going to say something. I've been doing it, being loud on purpose when they go by so that it gets in their mind what I'm saying if they don't know about Scientology. So, AA, can you hear me okay? I'm talking kind of quiet. But you can see how many people go through this. And when I get my taller sign, see there's a bike lane. This green is a bike lane. Then you can park. Then 3 lanes of traffic. They have to stop right here. So I'm making a sign that literally will be above my head and be tall enough for people driving by to see. Because I see other people protesting right on the street. They get honks. People see it from their car. We can't. We're too far away from the street. Thank you, Susan. Okay, good, A. Just let me know if you can. I was using my secret voice. But yeah, I miss this when I have a gap. I like talking to people on the street. So much fun.
Yes, it is.
Thank
You're
you.
doing the Lord's work out
Yep.
here.
I am. That's not why I do it though. Somebody asked me once in one of my encounters, are you doing this because you're a Christian? And I said, no. I said, because I don't, thank you. No, because I'm going to turn around for a little while. Oh, when I turned it around, what was I saying when I turned it around? I was talking about my sign. And then, I don't know if I said, and I can't remember. Okay, bye Haggis Basher. How many people do I have? Oh, I got double digits, you guys. 17. Right on. I'll take that. It's fine. Yeah. It's right below the button that turns it, and I accidentally hit it. Leaving you on my computer. Oh, thank you, Haggis Basher. I appreciate that. Yeah, I figured out why my memberships are paused. It was because in July, I had a dispute on a charge, and the only way to get it I saw it before it went through. I went straight to the bank, and we had to cancel my card and give me a new card. You know how much, both of us, how many links, accounts, payments are linked to those cards? So, because when YouTube, Premier Prime, whatever they call it, went to bill me, they paused my memberships. Hopefully next billing cycle, which is I think the 30th, they should be back. Of course, there was a lot of gifted memberships that might not come back. So if you had a gifted membership and you got paused, and when it comes back on, you're done, please email me. I'll do something about it. So, yeah. This sign has been through heck. So it got rained on. That's why it looks like that. And then that day, that guy tried to attack me. I got my metal cane out, and this was sitting in the cart, and I banged on it really hard, like, you come near me, that'll be you. People thought I actually hit him because you couldn't see off camera. I totally messed this up. But like I said, I'm waiting for the new sign, which is double the size, a whole sheet of poster board on a big tripod that we got. It's going to be awesome, but I'm tired of talking about it and not having it. So if my hubby's in the chat at any point, tell him to help me get my sign done, please. I just need him to cut some PVC pipe, and I'll do the rest. And he has to heat gun it to fit together. Hey, Hetzel, thanks. Wow, that's interesting about Manson. I know, he was in it longer and before prison. I believe people thought he dabbled in it in prison. No. He was, John Atack said that he never actually left Scientology. So that guy's an expert, so I'm going to tend to believe what he says. So I'm going to do a more of a, I've done the deep dive. I'm ready to do one video. That's going to be number 2, I hope. And then eventually I'm going to do things like, and I've talked about this before, the Snow White infiltration as FBI, but I want to make them as short as possible for any new people we get that don't want to do a deep dive like I did, or watch an hour-long documentary, you know, that kind of thing. 'Cause I've gotten to, other than Scientology, if I go to a video and it's like more than 15, 18 minutes long, I'm like, I'm not in it. I'm not doing it. Unless it's something. Did you get any of the packets that were up front? Yes, I did. That's why they took the table in. Did you get one? Did you get one? So, I got, yeah, that's how you got the list. So, I got the list. And luckily, all the things they have planned are on the days I'm coming. I'm going to be here for everything. So if you want to know my schedule, you know what, I might take a picture of this and put it on my community tab. So, yeah, I know. I got 2 bracelet and a couple pens. There was one with a pen in it. I didn't want to take the pen. They only had a few with pens in them. I just wanted the pamphlets. Leave that for a student that needs a pen. So, did the pens say Scientology on them? Oh, Hitzel's been killing it. She's been she lives up north too, and she's the one that found out that they were body routing clear up in the suburbs, like way north in Cedar Park and I think Leander, and that's pretty far from here. And if they're going north, that means they're going south, east, and west. So I've got to figure out where they. Well, I'll worry about north first because that's closer to me. But we might do some traveling. Maybe me and Hitzel, you and I could get together and go on the road. I could pick you up and we could go to Cedar Park or whatever and go in and out of the stores. I've got mics we could put on, and like, I don't want to put a camera in somebody's face inside a business. One of us could go in, and that's what I tried to do last time, but I didn't find out till towards the end of my stream, which was very short, that my mic wasn't working. My husband was staying outside and I was going inside. You guys heard nothing. Still learning tech. So yeah, I got all the tickets and all that stuff. Even their packets are lame. Instead of this being a booklet, this thing looked like a booklet inside. I thought this was a booklet. It's just a piece of paper with a picture on it. It's a good picture though. I've seen that online. Most of their pictures of at least the opening are fake, because I was there. It showed people standing all the way around the building, and that was not the case. They have everything blocked off. Can't get that back here. Cool. We need to do that, because my husband's getting tired of being my cameraman and me dragging him down here. He doesn't want to do that on his day off. I'm ordering him. My stand-up fan. I have him with me. I might have to break out the little one. And he was charging it in his office. He works at night, but he works in Waco. They were having a heat advisory in the middle of the night, and their AC just doesn't get to him. And so he turned my fan on. He says, "I want one." They posted fake pictures for sure. Yeah, and I've called that out a couple times. So, and Hitzel, oh, I didn't finish what Hitzel's been doing. So when she finds a box of pamphlets, she's like, "Hey, this is who these people are. Can I take these off your hands?" And she just takes them. So we've got, if anybody, oh man, my teeth look dark. Sorry. This phone's making everything look darker than normal, because my teeth don't look that bad. I am grateful to your husband for supporting you in this. Yeah, I couldn't do it without his support. Yep, I hated having to constantly pose for those fake pictures. You have 6 boxes now, Pitzel. Dang. I'm not worthy. You're awesome. That is cool. I got one. Right next door to the place you got one. The ideal org opening photos are photoshopped to add people. You can see them when you blow up the image. Oh yeah. Well, even if you don't even have to blow it up. When I was here, this street right here was blocked by a bus and a truck, and in the back they had it blocked, and there was us in the back. But the picture shows um, this whole sidewalk. See, look how wide the sidewalk is. It's like triple most sidewalks. That they were all the way down this side of the building, and yet there was a bus blocking everything right there. So let's do some people watching. Oh, sorry guys, my wagon wheel hit the. I like to people watch. It's more interesting than just the door. It'll probably be dead for a little. What time is it? It's the middle of classes, probably. Like, I'm assuming like right around the hours when they get out. Uh, Pitzel and Kim have great supporting husbands. Yes, we do. Yep. Because I don't have an income, but we've been together since we were 16, and it's never been like that. I've always tried to work. I've always tried to have a job because, to be honest, the Army doesn't pay that well. When he was a private, holy crap. Thank God we got housing on post, but I had to wait 8 months back home after we got married to get housing because it was California, and I went out there. I got there 2 days before the '89 quake to look for an apartment. If he had just looked at a newspaper back then, it was like 1989. He would have known we couldn't afford, even with their supplemental housing allowance, we couldn't afford to live off post. His base pay back then was $699 for a family of 3. So, California expensive. Financial and emotional support. Yep. He even got off work he gets home at 7 because it's an hour drive. Helped me load the car. He went and washed the car because he was getting it ready yesterday for me to pick up. Oh hell no, because it was kind of dirty. He lives in that car and just throws trash everywhere. He even cleaned up the truck probably last night at work, or not last night, the night before, so I could go pick her up to protest today, but that got derailed. Does everybody on here know what's going on with Oh Hell No? I'm taking my hat off. My head is hot. If you look on my community page, Oh Hell No's husband suddenly passed away yesterday. He had a heart attack, and she's a mess because he was the breadwinner. She's like me. She doesn't have an income. It was all him. We just got my husband life insurance, and his life insurance, even at the amount we got, which was a lot, would only cover barely 3 years of what he brings in. Of course, I can live on less by myself. I would have to fix the things in the house that need cosmetic done, and I would have to rent it out. But yeah, he does get on me if I, want to do something. He's like, I told him I wanted to get a third line so I didn't have to hotspot and I could get a newer phone. So I didn't have, because what happened was when I got attacked by that guy, I had to end my live stream to call 911. And I didn't want to do that because a lot more happened after I turned off the camera. And so that's why I'm hotspotting, or I bring this phone so I can call 911. Either or. Yeah, prayers and hearts for Oh No. I told her she didn't want to go back to the house because he passed away there. And I told her, I said, I don't have a spare room right now. I have a craft room and I have kind of a junk den for Tom. But I said, but I have a couch and it's clean. I keep blankets on it because of the dogs. It looks brand new and it's years old. But she said her dad might help out in that regard, so she didn't have to go back to the house. I haven't talked to her since. She really wanted to talk to Jen, Puck Groomer, and Scooter Mom, and they got in touch. So today on Scooter Report, it's going to be about Cindy. And hopefully it's the end of the month. That's the only thing I worry about. So hopefully come the end of the month or first of the month, there'll be more. But I'm trying to do fundraisers towards the end of the month is hard. Those look like missionaries that walked by, but I didn't get to see them from the front. Yeah, I'm not getting a lot of traffic this minute, but come change of classes, people don't want to be on my camera, but they don't understand. Everywhere they're walking right now, there's a camera. There's a camera in the intersection. There's cameras on this building. There's probably cameras all over campus. That's the only thing I disagree with on Fort Hood. They need more cameras. There's too many blind spots, too many places for bad things to happen. We've had murders in the past, plus the shooting in 2009. I actually worked for the police station on post then, and we got locked down in the police station. And we were standing up front listening to dispatch, listening to it all happen. It was scary. And luckily, my husband was not on post at that moment. What it is we have main post, and then there's a little bitty section called West Fort Hood, West Fort Cavazos now. He happened to be at a doctor's appointment or something on West Fort Hood. He had just left, got on the freeway to come back to main post, and they locked it down, and he went home. Because even some of his soldiers were involved. It's so cool to see all those people walking around. I look so open and free. Over here, you would be scared to walk around. I know, I've seen things about South Africa and Johannesburg. Yeah. Do you have family there and stuff? Serial killer in Austin too. I try not to be out there at night. Yeah, that's in Killeen. Yes, Killeen is literally right next around Fort Hood. It's like one place. Yeah. Yep. I forget about it for very long periods of time until I start talking about Fort Hood. But that soldier, Vanessa, I can never remember her last name, who got murdered. They need more cameras. They've got billions of dollars. Donnery has billions of dollars. They give them hundreds of millions of dollars to the post for stupid crap. They could put up some dang cameras. Yeah, there is a serial killer in Austin. I think they travel. I think it's a group. If you watch the documentary, which I have on my community page, if you scroll down, about Ladyburg Lake and the bodies they've been finding. They found, how many have they found just this year? Anyway, it goes back years. And what they think is happening is they're drugging them, like with the drug that makes you forget and makes you weird, at a bar. Then they're offering, now they're all messed up, they offer them an Uber. They get in, it's not an Uber or taxi, and they take them and they rob them. They take their phone and they go into their bank accounts and they drain them, because people have woken up and found this was the case, and they think that the ones in the lake they got the dosage wrong and they passed accidentally. That they don't really mean to off them, but they're making their own meds. Oh, Guillermo, yes, thank you. All crime is increasing. Well, yeah, because they've straitjacketed the police. They're afraid to do anything. Because my husband was going to be a cop after retirement, and he literally was going to get the job, but there's like 200 applicants, so they were really strict. If you got something wrong in your paperwork, you were out. Well, there was something in there that needed notarized that didn't look like it pertained to him. It was for some weird thing, and he didn't do it. So, but I'm glad now. I'm glad he didn't now. He went into security. Although he was in security for 8 years in North Austin at the worst hotel in North Austin, in the worst neighborhood in Austin. And so he wore a bulletproof vest and he was armed. He dealt with just drug dealers, prostitutes, all that for 8 years. And then right when COVID hit, they turned that hotel over to COVID. And luckily he got the job in Waco, which is night and day. It's a shopping area. It's famous, actually. People come from far and wide to go there. But at night, these people own so many properties in Waco that half his night is watching the cameras and the other half is patrolling all these sometimes homes, sometimes their other businesses, or like they have a restaurant. He goes over and he just sits there while the girls come in at like 4 or 5 in the morning. And it's like, when he did work days, it was women, families, kids. It was so the opposite, and he was so happy. So happy that they went through 3 companies in 3.5 years, and he went ahead and switched companies to stay at that location. His employers are great, but the people they've put in charge of things are not doing what they need to be doing. It's ridiculous. I know I'm babbling. I didn't get a lot of sleep again. Okay, we're about to be proud. If you're on earbuds, you might want to turn them down. Hang on. Scientology abuses children because they believe they were adults in their last life, so they don't treat them like children. Your leader drives a Bentley while you eat beans and rice when you don't make money. Or you get paid $200 a week, which is not a living wage. Make that make sense. The bright-eyed, bushy-tailed students make Austin look a lot more nicer than it is. That is true, too. Well, the distance between here and North Austin is great, but when you go over by the convention centers and stuff, that's where you get the transients, the panhandling, and that kind of stuff. Oh, they are. Hi, elders. But there are parts of Austin that's great. I mean, there are parks, there are green spaces. There was a mall that they built around an old oak tree. They didn't cut it down like they did here. We have weird oak trees. They grow sideways. Like literally there are branches that are growing this way. It's weird. Let's see, what can I yell at them? I don't want to sound like a jerk, but I want to get things across. They can't see my phone. That's better. I'm not standing in front of my sign. Nothing's really going on the door. I appreciate it. I got 20 people. I appreciate that, y'all. It's awesome. I used to, when my daughter was a teenager, we used to come down to Austin to shop because it's about, well, it depends on where you're going. It could be upwards of an hour and a half or more to certain places. But we don't have much where I live. And for a long time, we didn't have anything. It took a while to boom. So, let's see, 13 years ago, there wasn't as much as there is now. And I had to come all the way here to get gluten-free stuff. Now everybody carries it. It's everywhere. I'll tell you what, if anybody's gluten-free, I've tried all the breads, and literally the best one that's like normal bread is Walmart brand Sam's Choice multigrain bread. It is awesome. It's just small. I don't know, the pieces are like so small. Thank you, Breezy Report. Yeah, I yell out stuff every once in a while because we got a lot of traffic. It's first day of classes. It's awesome. This is what it was like when I first started, and I was getting all kinds of encounters, people walking by. It got a little stale during the summer. I thought there would be more summer classes, but man, the population dropped by probably tens of thousands. I know. I want to say things that will get them interested. Oh, here's a big group coming. Your leader, David Miscavige, drives a $200,000 car while you make $47 a week. Make that make sense. He eats gourmet sushi. Has it brought in. You didn't see that. I didn't have it on the door. So the door somebody made a delivery and the door got stuck open. That's why I got that in. She came out, grabbed the door, closed the door. Let me get the door back in my frame. Where is the door? Where are you, door? There you are. FPTVfoundation.org or .com. Call. I'll hit them with stats next time. I love that door. They think they fixed it, but literally, instead of it having a little bitty gap, now it tries to eat them, and they have to fight with the door for a long. And I can get way more in at a person and through the open door. It's hilarious when they get stuck. Some of them that know it's bad, they'll grab it real hard and open it and run in. But if they don't know, or they're trying to do a delivery, oh my gosh. They did a blood drive a couple Saturdays ago, and they were packing up, and they had this huge wagon with all this stuff on it, and they literally got stuck in the door for a good 5 minutes trying to get through that door. Thank you. See, so many of them already know. David Miscavige doesn't have a chance. Yes, it's still working in my favor. What they did, what Pearl Snappy, I think, saw him do, somebody saw him, like, right the weekend they opened. For some reason, they were up there with a hammer and a screwdriver pounding on it, and they did whatever they did, it wouldn't close all the way, and that was months. They had the money to put the frost on the door so we couldn't see in at night or at all ever, but they didn't give them any money to fix the door. So they came out again, did something similar and made it super, super, super tight to where if you're not ready for it, it's going to eat you, and it looks like it hurts. And don't forget, David Miscavige has a full-time personal 4-star chef to make his meals. I didn't know that, actually. No beans and rice. I assumed he got something, but yes, I'm going to use that. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you. They would. Oh, I'm sure they would love to know that. That's a good one, because I'd be pissed if it was me. Ooh, I love the breeze. I don't have to break out my fans. I haven't been breaking out my chair either. I'm trying to strengthen my back. Because when I was sitting in the chair, I think I started in May and June. Because the humidity was high. We had all those storms, and it was getting hard to breathe for me. Now the humidity is really low, and I'm fine. Just fine. So I'm standing as much as I can now. I bring the chair, but it makes my wagon heavy. I might stop bringing it. The next time I come out, I'm going on campus. Oh, you saw that? Yeah. Yeah, I remember you were there. I was freaky because I've only had like one hand really, really bad asthma attacks. Mine's very mild. Miscavige's beagles eat better than Sea Org. Oh, he has dogs. I didn't think he had enough heart to have dogs. To be honest, a white cat is what he needs. Yeah, it's starting to die down again. I think classes probably just changed, or they still are. There's a big crowd about to come across the road there. Yeah, I'm gonna do that 4-star chef one. And the beagles. Here comes a group. Can you see them? They're crossing, but they're going that way because back there is all the apartments and stuff. Oh, here comes a group the other way. I got this. It's gonna be good. Your leader, David Miscavige, has a 4-star chef making his meals while you have to eat beans and rice when you don't make money. Make that make sense. His beagles eat better than Sea Org. Your leader drives a $200,000 car, and you make $200 a week if they pay you. Man, this phone makes my teeth look so dark. Yep, no beans or rice for that. Scientology has billions in offshore. I've said that before. Bank accounts, and they don't give you health care. Make it make sense. Yep, I've hit that one a few times. I'll hit that one today. Scientology has $1 billion in offshore bank accounts, and you're not allowed medical care. Make that make sense. Good one. Thank you, Twyla. Sometimes my brain doesn't work and I can't think of things. I know all this stuff, I can't think of it sometimes. I'm gonna put my hat back on. Oh, I got my chain replaced with the same exact one. That was my fault. I got one stolen, and then a couple weeks ago, when I'm unloading the wagon into the truck, I had leaned it against the truck and forgot about it and left. I probably ran it over and didn't even know it. I did go back the next day. I was doing, and just to see if maybe somebody leaned it up against the wall. But back in the day, I was paying $40 for a cane and another 20 or 30 for the foot. And they come down in price so much. This one, if anybody, I know I have older people in my chat sometimes. This one was $15.99 with the foot, and it folds. Now my other cane folded in fours, and that was nice on the airplane. I could put it up in the overhead. But if you're interested and need a cane, Amazon, I'm telling you, Amazon. Back when David Miscavige was at Int Base, he made an order that his dog was to be saluted, and if the dog growled at someone, the person was sent to ethics to find out withholds. Oh my gosh, that's so good. I gotta use that. Hold on. Back when David Miscavige was at Int Base, he made everyone salute his dog, and if the dog growled at someone, they were sent to ethics. Make that make sense. That was a good one. I didn't know that. And his beagles have blue sea organ. They do? Oh, I'd love to see that. If not getting enough sleep can key in an engram, then why do Sea Org members barely get a good night's rest? Make that make sense. Yeah, I know. And in Dianetics, we read how he's talking about children should be nurtured and loved. Oh, and we just read that an organization that has people they force to work, they won't do a good job. Yeah, the lack of sleep, that's his mind control method, is lack of sleep, so that their brain shuts down a little bit. They're easier to control. Because the only thing I can compare it to is when I was in basic training in the 80s. Well before you had to be nice to the privates. And lack of sleep was big. We wouldn't get in until 10, 11. We had to shower because it was summer in Georgia, or no, South Carolina for basic. We were always covered in sand. And then, so you didn't have time to like shine your boots. We had to be downstairs at 4 a.m., but you couldn't open the door till 4 a.m. And we were on the third floor. We were literally standing at the door like this, like a starting lineup. So I would have the night guard wake me, a lot of us did it, wake us at 3 a.m. and we'd go in the bathroom and shine boots. And the lack of sleep was the only thing that I really hated. Yeah, ooh, this one's getting a little bit hot. It's not in direct sun, so it's just hot out here. Let me go check my other phone real quick.
That room was cramped. I was pushing the phone.
Okay. So my phone's nice and cool. It's in the cooler. Sleep deprivation is the worst. Yeah. I mean, you can go crazy from no sleep. Let's see what the temp is now. Oh, it only went up 1 degree. But it was more overcast earlier, and now the sun's out in earnest. But hey, if it stays under, what's the hourly? If it stays under 100, I'm happy. Oh, I'm glad I'm going to be out of here before 4. I didn't even know. Thunderstorm warning. But it's going to drop to 76 for an hour, and then 83. That's in Austin. Let me check where I live. No thunderstorm warnings up there. Just a small chance of rain. Good. If I can... So I need to be home. Let's see. How long have I been on here? Let's see. I'm at 14%. Dang. It's 1:04. If I leave at 1:30, 2:30, I'll be home by 3. So I have to leave at 1:30. Let me go get my battery bank. I'll let your people watch for a second. And me. I come prepared, y'all. I got fans, I got a chair, I got a cooler, all kinds of stuff. They're allowed a bullhorn. Why aren't we? That's bullpucky. They're allowed to be down there with a bullhorn, but Pearl Snappy had a bullhorn and they gave her a crap. Let's see. His beagles wear blue at Sea Org. Not getting that. Yeah, I got that one. Gotta get in the shower. I'll leave you running. Thank you, Scooter Mom. Sleep and food deprivation are old school control mechanism. Yes, it is. Now, in the Army, they don't really deprive you of food. The problem was, my last name started with a W. So I was in the N. And they started the 15-minute timer with when the first person got their, or sat down or got their tray. So by the time I got my food, I literally had this huge spoon they give you and a fork, and I was literally eating like this. So that's the only way they deprive you of food there, is if you don't eat fast enough. It takes you a while when you get home to stop eating so fast. 100%. I just hated the contradictions of science. Drove me nuts. John Atack was talking about that, and he said that LRH, there were so many contradictions. If somebody asked a question, they were like, just don't think about it too deep, too hard. There's a lot of things that you can't make sense of. I just missed that guy. Hubbard made that make sense by saying that a Sea Org member is OT with no case on post. Really? The problem with everything Hubbard said is that he never followed his own policies. Hypocrite. I'm doing a video on him and black magic, and there's a quote in there that explains that 100%. Very interesting. I'm gonna save it for the video. Patrick, or no, AA. Ah! I think that was a B. So he makes sure that you are triggered, and then when you get triggered, you are shamed and yelled at. Yep, that's exactly what he did. He laid it all out in Dianetics. Says he's going to help you with this stuff and your triggers and your trauma and your engrams, but he's actually causing them and triggering you all day long. But the environment in an org is just, you're constantly like this. I'm assuming. I haven't been in there myself. Hello from the Arctic Circle. Really? Awesome, Frozen Roses. Wow. I hate the heat here, but I don't know if I'd go that far north. Did Hubbard even do purification rundown, the very first step on the bridge? I doubt it. He would have died. He had so many illnesses, that would have killed him. Selva said he has to appear there on Wednesday. I won't be here on Wednesday. I have a doctor's appointment. Yes, you are constantly in a state and you are worried about stats. Yeah. Yep, exactly. And he laid the roadmap out in Dianetics. If, as never ends, we could see it clearer, because we're on the outside looking in, reading it, not in. So, I mean, I can totally see how, they tell you they're going to help you, and they have all this tech, and they can help you with your problems, and even your ills. I can see how people go in. You're not unintelligent. You're not gullible. Anybody that doesn't know what they really are, I mean, they've lived in secrecy for 70 years, and now social media is out in them. We just got to get people inside to be able to hear that message. But yeah, there's a lot of things that LRH and LRH policies I'm going to talk about that explain that a lot, and stuff that he did in his personal life, so you don't think about escaping. Yeah. Yep. That's why you're not allowed on the internet. You're not allowed to talk to people outside. Hi.
Why are they a cult?
Because a cult won't let their members leave. They have 3 levels, and Sea Org is like their military branch. Some of them are in here in uniform. They
I see
sign
them all.
up.
They're wearing, like, all wearing the same exact suit with the like
But
gold.
yeah. Well, if it's gold, they're staff. If it's silver, they're Sea Org. Sea Org is like he did it after the Navy. He was in the Navy.
Who started Scientology?
LRH is a science fiction writer, L. Ron Hubbard. Have you ever seen Battlefield Earth?
No.
Okay. Well, he died in 1986, but he was a prolific science fiction writer, and he wasn't making any money on his books because he wasn't very good. So he said, "I'm going to start a religion to make money," and that's what it's all a money-making scheme. But the Sea Org, they believe they live multiple lives. A lot of them don't know this story, but they were supposedly brought here from another galaxy before we even had humans, and dropped in volcanoes, and they're what we would call spirit. He calls our Phaeton, were floating around, and when humans showed up, they started taking over their bodies. So when they die, they go and find a baby body and start over. So they abuse the children because they don't look at them like children, because they were an 80-year-old man in their last life. So there's what brought me here, 75 miles one way, 3 times a week, was the child abuse, because they don't look at them like children. And there's rampant child abuse, and they cover it up. They're not allowed to go to the authorities. See the blinds? When I get here, they close up. What religion do you know that hides?
I thought it was funny because, like, I walk by during the day and they're all open. They're playing that, like, how Scientology will change your life, and then it's closed and it just completely shuts off.
And we show up. Yeah, and I'm part of a group now that has grown to, if you count ex-member YouTube channels and other YouTube channels that support the anti-Scientology movement, and then protesters like me, we have cameras on so many orgs showing how dead they are.
Yeah.
They think they have 30 million members. They have like less than 30,000. Anyway, the children is what brought me here, because they don't treat them like children. They have them doing, like, they put them in Sea Cadets, they sign over their kids, and by age 12, they're auditing adults. And that's child abuse, because they have to sit in a room with an adult and talk about the most horrible sex things they can to 11 and 12-year-olds.
So are you pro another religion, and that's why you're against Scientology? Okay, so
I am a Christian. Okay. That's not what brought me here. I don't care what other religions do until they start abusing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what brought me here with the children.
Because me and all my friends were like, "Oh, free personality test. We'll go mess around with them."
Yeah, just don't give them your real information. They will hound you the rest of your life.
That's kind of what I've heard. I've heard that once you sign up, it's like...
They followed one woman for 30 years, even after she moved, just sending her stuff.
So how far, you said you came 70 miles from somewhere?
Yeah, up near the base in Killeen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have my family that lives in Temple.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We've been up there. My husband got stationed there 17 years. He retired. So he's been in Texas 31 years now. We never expected
This is a
to be.
relatively new building, isn't it? Like,
He bought it 55 years ago because it was across from the campus. He's done that many times.
so
But
they just saved it?
Yeah, they couldn't staff it, and it needed remodeled, and money never comes down. There's $1 billion in the bank. The members don't know that. So they have to fundraise and take out credit card debt to either buy a building. So 20 years ago, he started this thing called the Ideal Org, that you had to buy a 50,000 square foot building and remodel it. Well, he did it and you have to raise the funds with the public.
Okay.
That's what they call the people that aren't in Sea Org staff, the public. He did that because it was an insurmountable task. Because when they get done, he has to produce the next confidential level. There's these that's where you start spending your money. So you're slave labor if you don't have any money. If you have money like Tom Cruise does, you can spend $150,000 to go up this bridge and do these courses and become this super being.
Whenever someone comes in, they just like barely open the door, just slip inside, and that's it.
Because they've broken the door, and it used to stay open a little, and they could hear me. So they went up. They broke it the first time. Then they went up there and tightened it so bad it eats them. They get stuck in the door. So I can talk to them longer. It's funny.
All right, well, I appreciate you talking.
All right. Yeah, if you go on YouTube, there's so many channels.
Okay.
You can find some. Told you. They're back in school. They're here. I have people to talk to. I'm so excited. Okay, what y'all been talking about? Let's see. Don't think about escaping. It was traumatizing being in there, struggling to eat my food because my body wanted to throw it up. And I can imagine. The stress. Yeah. Oh, you were in Sea Org too, Traveling Panda. Well, we appreciate you being here and that you're out. I'm just hoping we can get more out. And you know, the community's here if you need help. A pack called Erin, do you know her? Oh, bunk beds, long hours, horrible food, I don't know. It's worse than the army. It's worse than prison. Y'all, what y'all tell me about the conditions, it's worse than prison. In prison, you have rights. In prison, you get to go outside. You get to read books you want to read. You get to watch TV you want to watch. You get to, if you have a canteen and you have money, you can get food that you want. Now, the only thing though in Texas, they don't have air conditioning in the prisons here. Because my son was a prison guard. Luckily, he worked at night for a very short time. He hated it. But prisoners have more rights than Sea Org members. 85, 86. Yeah, I was in high school then. I graduated 87. And funny, so we got married a couple years after we graduated. And we were in California and we saw the commercials with the volcano. And we were looking for a new church, you know. And all we heard was Tom Cruise was in it and it was called Scientology. We assumed it was about science. And we almost went to check it out, but they would have never got us. We were too poor and he was already signed up with the Army. I went for GAT-2 training. I think the year was 2014. I can't fully remember. It's a blur. I can imagine. Well, you haven't been out very long. AA. What a crock of shit. I know. The new admin training, it's just a ploy. He's always trying to make these milestones so he doesn't have to give up OT 8, 9, or 9 and 10. You know what I don't understand? It's been almost, he died in 86. 96, 06, 16. It's almost 40 years. And they couldn't just come up with something. They couldn't have sat down and brainstormed, him and the top couple execs, and they couldn't have just made something up that sounded great. I could, and I'm not even a member, and I'm not that imaginative. Hubbard was no better than Miscavige. Oh no, he wasn't. I thought because he allowed Sea Org to have kids and stuff, but no. What I found out about him and Black Magic, no, he was a POS. I know, imagine training and then you have to redo it. It's really demoralizing. Yeah, he's just like Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise makes more SPs than anyone, and David Miscavige is making people want to escape. Did you manage to get your life back? You would think Sea Org is the elite of Scientology, but instead they get treated like trash. It's a slave labor. Yep. Now, I do see that in the military. My husband was in support. He supported tanks and stuff. And he's done helicopters and small planes. And the Army, if they're like on a base with Army, Navy, the Army is the ones that get all the details, the crappy ones. Or support platoon gets all the crappy details. So, it's not as great as some of the commercials make it look. They get treated the worst. Well, good, Panda. I'm glad you're doing better. Thank you, Susan. All right. Yeah, I am vertical, so we're going to get some trolls. Thank you for doing that. Yes, I would rather have been in prison. I know. And there's an end to it, too, most of the time. And maybe get sleep and not be interrogated on a daily basis and scared because my stats are down. Yep. prison would be better. Getting to OT8, you have probably spent nearly $1 million between auditing and RTC donations. I believe it. Oh, you left an 80. Oh, I got a lot of ex-members here. Thank you. I like it when you guys are here. You tell me a lot of good stuff. Good stuff to say. A lot of good information I can remember. It was always getting bad. Yeah. I kind of am glad. Well done on leave, so you rotate. I'm kind of glad that he stopped allowing babies in Sea Org because they were treated horrendously. I'm glad he stopped it, to be honest.
Yeah, see you last September.
Sorry, it's hot. But yeah, I mean, he's so unimaginative. He's the worst manager of any entity we have ever seen. He does not know how to run a business, a corporation. I mean, it's redundant. It's the stuff they have to do with the way he treats people is ridiculous. The amount of money they waste on buildings and like his $50 million office building that shouldn't have cost $50 million because he kept changing his mind and the construction workers had to change it. And money was no object because there's $1 billion of it in the bank. They're running the church on just the interest. Guys, ooh, I forgot about getting my battery pack. That's what I was doing. Totally forgot. Be right back. Ooh, whoopsie. It's going dark. I gotta hurry up. I need a cord. C2C. Hurry. Before it dies. It wasn't on 100% when I got here. I forgot to charge it at home. And it was only on 75% to start. But I plugged it in the car. Almost no auditing, only clear account post. Okay, you guys talking amongst yourself. Good. I am fine with that. Gets people connected and maybe some pertinent information. I need to get some Velcro. I tried Velcro one day, but it wasn't the right size. Oh, I smell food. So, I went longer than I had intended. 1:30, 2:33, traffic small. I'm still good. Because I was going to go on a scooter report for a few minutes at 5. So I just want to get home in time to cool off. So you tested it clear. Yeah. I asked, because we're reading Dianetics, I'm learning about it, and it says that going clear, you should be rid of all your illnesses. You don't need glasses anymore. So I asked Nora in her chat one day, I said, how did you rationalize your eyes not being better? And she just said, I didn't wear my glasses for 4 years. So you have to lie to yourself. You can't tell anybody. And I found out through that documentary. I'm gonna not really a documentary, interview. It was an interview with Andrew Gold. When I do my video, I'm going to link that in the description because I'm not talking about everything that was in that interview. It was really good, very, very eye-opening. He really talked a lot about his early years, the black magic. He's done interviews with many ex-members to get more information. It was really good, and there's more. He's interviewed John Atack a few times. So plus I said I have his, I think, first book is free on Kindle Unlimited, so I can read it on my tablet or my phone. So I'm looking through that too, and there's a whole chapter on L. Ron Hubbard and the black magic, and it's in Scientology. The hypnotism, the mind control. It was all, he learned that all from Aleister Crowley. Scientology clears later on. Learn that they audited their BT's reactive mind, total mind filter. Yeah, then they tell you, oh, what you did didn't work because it was wrong. Now you got to do this. Bait and switch. Yep. I'm just glad y'all are out. I really am. Really glad you're out. I hope you're doing well. That's what we're here for. To support you guys and to try to get some people in there to maybe listen. I like vertical a little bit because the chat is lower than my face because I have bifocals. That's why I'm always going like this, and I don't want you to have to look up my nostrils, but I can't do it all the time. It's annoying. Oh, you're welcome. Traveling Panda, oh my god, I would have screamed. I know, well, I think a lot of people became non-Scientologists when they read OT3, or at some point, but they couldn't say anything because of disconnection. Because we've heard from people who, like, even Leah Remini, she said she got to OT3 and she was like, what is this bullshit? And she had a very different experience in the Sea Org than other people did because her family was a celebrity in big I think they were big donors. Hi. In Texas, you get that sometimes. People just say hi to you when they walk by. Kind of cool. But we have all these people moving here from California and stuff to New York. My daughter, 2 years ago, up and moved to Southern California because that's where her man is from. And she's going to have to get a one-bedroom apartment because they broke up. A one-bedroom apartment for her and the 3 kids because she can't afford anything else. And we tried to tell her it's a recession. It's a really bad time to go in there. She wants to try to do it on her own, but she could have come here. My husband had a job for her that was $20 an hour, which is high here. In a kind of a medium to small town, it was a security job in a place that in 2 years she could have got her credit up and bought a house. She's always going to struggle in California. We say hi when we walk by in South Africa. That's cool. That's cool. I like that. That is rare in the United States. I know. My dad lived in New Orleans for 14 years. He passed in the end of 96. And when he came to visit here, and we went to the grocery store or something, he's like, everybody's so nice here. I didn't think so. But he was comparing it to New Orleans. And he was security at one of the big hotels there. So, oh, my dad is cool. I gotta tell you a story. So, my dad is a badass. So, Johnny Cash was in his hotel, drunk, and acting a fool. And my dad had to go straighten him out. And my dad doesn't boast. He doesn't talk. He just tells you matter-of-factly. And he was like, yeah, I had to throw him up against the wall. I was like, did you get fired? He said, no, because I was right and he was wrong. I was like, my dad? Taught Johnny Cash a lesson? That's pretty cool. Yeah, people don't talk with each other in public. I do. You can tell I'm a talker. I'll talk to anybody. And especially because I stopped having friends in my 20s because some army wives be crazy and I just didn't want nothing to do with them. We had one really crazy one. She had the narcissistic borderline personality disorder that I found out about later. And she was messing with our whole group of friends. And my dad died the night before Christmas Eve. And we had to come down here to Austin. He was traveling for a job. He was getting a new job. And this girl tried to mess with us. I'm not even going to go into what it was about. And up until then, I wanted her out of my life. But I was worried. She was the type of person that she would have slashed all my tires or set my house on fire. So I had to fake it and just make her happy. Because she even said my husband, when we met, was in Panama for a year. And he was back in a few months. She literally got in his face and said, I'm going to make sure you guys get a divorce. Because I started hanging with my husband more. Okay? After that, when I was done with her, I was like, look, I'm going through something right now. I'm not going to deal with you. She literally left the next day. The next day, she packed up and left. And then the group started talking to each other again, because somebody like that, what they do is they go to each person and they're like, well, that person doesn't like you. And then they go to that person and they're like, that person doesn't like you. And tell stories. So nobody will talk to each other, so they're in control. And when we started putting our stories together, I was like, no more friends. I'm done. I had my husband and my kids. I was good. And we started getting more involved in church. We had church activities. So, there's that. I don't have any friends. My daughter calls and we talk a lot on Messenger. And my husband works nights and he sleeps all day. So I only have you guys to talk to. Oh, thank you, AA. Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize, I was scared. I was like, when I first came down the week before the opening, I got a hold of Pearl Snapping. I said, look, I don't want to be on camera. I'll hold your camera for you. I'll just come down. I just was going to come down and hold a sign. I had no real intention of doing anything past that, the opening. And I didn't get to go inside because we got there before they opened. So I want to go to an org and go inside like other people get to. My son's going to school up in Dallas. So if I go visit him, I might do it. Oh, it looks like it's going to rain. I worry about lightning more than rain. I'm right between two metal poles. But yeah. Yeah, well, I'd finally had enough with her. And so now, because of her, I can see crazy a mile away. I'm like, oh no, not you, bye. Pops a hand. Anyway, I was definitely made for this. I have no filter. I actually don't lie. People don't believe me, but I find it annoying. And stressful because I have no filter. What is in my brain comes out my mouth. And that was hard when I had no, it wasn't hard because I had the military discipline. So I had a security clearance. I knew to keep my mouth shut. But other than that, I'll talk to the cashier for however long or whatever. So I don't lie because it's too much. I'd rather get it out in the open, get whatever's coming for it over with. And that's what I do. And I know people don't. Okay, I have told the white lie here and there, but I make sure it's not really a lie. Like, if somebody called me and said, hey, can you come do this, and like some volunteer thing at church or something, I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, I have other plans. Sorry. My other plans are sitting at home with my family or something, you know, something like that. And I felt even bad for that. But I tried not to make it a real lie. Whatever I said was kind of true. Was true. I had plans. Oh, good night, Twyla. I love her name. My stepmom, her name was Twyla with a Y. Yeah, I can tell we're between classes right now. I'm starting to get the flow. Because I originally was coming, I was getting here about 2:30. And I had to make sure I was out of here before 5 because then it was stop and go traffic. Well, I've been working on trying to come a little bit earlier because of the weather. Or I've been coming on Friday nights late. Oh, it's raining. I'm going to have to go, you guys. May you find peace and healing, AA. Yes, that's true. Alright, I've been here over 2 hours. I need to get home and make sure you guys watch Scooter Report. It's to support Cindy. Oh, hell no. And I know there's somebody else in the community also that's needing a lot of help too. So I know it's going to be difficult, and it's the end of the month. So, forget what I was going to say. Today's Monday. I have an appointment Wednesday. And I like to be here on Friday, and I hate to do back-to-back days though. I might have to. So I probably won't be back until Thursday. But I might get that video together about the black magic, and I might have time to get the Charles Manson one done too. So you all have a good next few days. I'll probably see you on Scooter Report at 5 p.m. Central Time. So that's 3 p.m. West Coast, 6 p.m. East Coast. See you later. Bye.